I was very much in a stagnant position. So I had vision and where I wanted to be. But I think in terms of how to navigate getting there, I felt like there was a stumbling block, there was a wall in place. I'm wasting days upon days.
I've always had a problem with numbers. Is not my strength. When it came to joining the Founders Game with Dan, he was able to look at our numbers and stress the importance of looking at our numbers, forecasting, looking at our product costs. Since doing that, our business has grown exponentially.
And I had my fingers in different pies, but didn't really have a whole pie to myself. I was doing okay in different businesses, but didn't really do well enough in one for it to be sustainable. I was fragmenting my energy in too many places without being able to focus on the one thing that was making me money.
There were significant areas of weakness within my business where now I feel they are some of my strongest points within the business. From feeling a lack of confidence and feeling very alone wearing multiple hats. Now I split my day up into 3, 4, 5 different parts.
I was transitioning from being very much inside my business to being more of a business owner than like an operator.
The biggest thing was realizing that it wasn't fear, it was lack of preparation. So whatever you confuse yourself before initiating a project as fear of failure is more like you don't have the knowledge or the tools or the connections to make it happen.
But I never considered when I was doing things, managing energy over time.
There's so much information or guidance on people becoming better at managing their time, but you hear very little talk about people actually managing their personal energy, and it's key to being successful.
The key to unlocking a business is to have a strategy and to be able to attack that strategy in bite-sized pieces, and that's what Dan was able to give to me as well as the Founder Game.
There's a lot of people work really hard that don't make a lot of money, and sometimes you just need that frame shift because you're in that paradigm of always doing what you think is right, but you've always just consulted with yourself. The biggest takeaway is having somebody else from a mentorship perspective who can see it from a bird's eye view whilst you're at ground level, and then you can make informed decisions based around that.
I was very much just a free spirit. I was just going around and just doing, very off the cuff, sort of gutcha. But when I sort of started blocking out the time and having deep work blocks, protecting my time, being very clinical on what I allow to come in, I got so much done, so much clarity.
In that year, that was transformational. Financially, last year, it was over 100% growth. I need to literally do 2 things day to day, sales and content. I was fragmenting my energy in too many places without being able to focus on the one thing that was making me money.
I know I can make stuff happen now that I have a plan. I got my first customer. The website's live. I never expected to have these kind of results so fast.
You understood that thing of like balancing time, energy, work, family, life, fitness, more of a complete package than just some crazy entrepreneur putting in like an 18-hour shift. It's not to say the hard work ain't there, but it's finding time to do a little bit of all of it.
I genuinely had the biggest Q4 of my life, following through with the systems and processes that are in place. And honestly, the magnitude of the shift has just been unbelievable. I'm seeing clarity around finances, where things should go, what I should leverage, what I shouldn't.
But you are a different man than the guy I first started working with. And it's only the start, right? It can only get better. And it's going to have a massive compound effect. All the tools, systems, processes, knowledge that you're developing, the shift in identity and mindset is going to have a compounding effect. Some people don't learn this stuff or ever learn this stuff, right?
We've been looking for some time to expand into Europe and the UAE. Dan is very much placed strategically in the UAE, which allows us now to have a base to expand our product is as a result of using the Founders Game network and Dan Thompson's advice. And that for me is pretty valuable.
My main business, which is Perform Digital Media, is one of the fastest growing digital marketing agencies in the UK today. But without that conversation with Dan, upon consultation outside of the personal relationship, but more of a professional one, I think it's important to note that I probably wouldn't have been able to see that.
I was feeling bad to not work all the time. And you taught me that it is not important to work all the time. It's important to give some time for yourself to be a founder, to think, to let the system work without you, and then you see the flaws in the system to go and correct them. That's how I was able to manage not only one, but now the 3 companies that I have.
I've identified a lot more of what I actually want out of life, because I think it's really easy to get caught up in the social media aspect of it and living in the fancy places, in the lifestyle and the nice stuff. And then it's like, I've spent a lot of time over the last year really reflecting on like what it is I actually want, and nothing puts a smile on my face more than spending a couple of grand on a new guitar. That is kind of the becoming of like being more of a man, understanding yourself and just doing what the hell you want to do.
I genuinely believe you've probably fast-tracked my vision. It's not for people that can't make decisions.
It's not for anyone who's looking for a quick fix, not a 7-day transformation.
If you're not prepared to put the work in, it's going to be very difficult. Do some self-work prior to investing time and energy in something like this. The work that's going to be associated with getting things off the ground is significant.
There will be a fool to not work with you. The more you wait, the more you're wasting your potential in your youth.
Didn't even do a flinch, did you?
I can take this knowledge that you gave me and apply it to any business that I want to run.
My business could implode tomorrow and I wouldn't even bat an eye. I just know I've got the skill of making money. I know I can build anything. I know I understand the systems to do it. I know how to market, and that's only because I've taken the time and the money to learn that, and no one can take your knowledge away.
It was a vast network of people that only had very good things to say about Dan. If you're looking to 10x, 100x your business, then this is certainly the place for you. You could have the greatest business in the world, but if you're not seen and you're not heard, then there's no point in having it whatsoever. A network such as this is very good.